Yes, I knew that until Mom woke up, I had no choice. After the wedding, Chloe had the driver take us to our bridal suite. Closing the door, she sighed, her voice softening. Leo, I'm sorry. What I did today was wrong, but I had already promised Blake. I couldn't go back on my word. Seeing that I wasn't looking at her, Chloe simply sat on my lap, wrapping her arms tightly around me, resting her head against my chest. I admit, when your dad said he wanted to leave with you, I panicked a little, but that's because I was afraid of losing you. I'll apologize to him properly. I promise. Once Blake's 3 wishes are fulfilled, I'll keep my distance from him. Please, honey, don't be angry anymore. Seeing her red eyes, my heart began to soften. Just then, there was an urgent knock on the door. Chloe frowned, annoyed, and stood up from my lap. She impatiently opened the door, but froze when she saw who it was. What are you doing here? Blake strode in, making himself at home by flopping onto our marital bed. What? Did I interrupt something important? Chloe sighed, exasperated. Blake, stop it. You know what night this is. Whatever it is, can it wait until tomorrow? Blake sneered, lifting his head. I'm not fooling around. I'm here to tell you my second wish. Blake's eyes fixated on hers, filled with intense possessiveness. He spoke each word slowly. My second wish is that your first time must be with me. Chloe froze. Blake, you. Before she could finish, Blake pulled her into a tight embrace, completely ignoring me, his eyes quickly turning red. Chloe, have you forgotten? When we were together, we'd often kiss so passionately we couldn't stop, but you'd always push me away at the last moment. You said you'd save yourself for our wedding day, but now, you're not marrying me, Blake. Chloe seemed to completely forget my presence, passionately cupping Blake's face. She tenderly kissed away his tears, one by one. I stood rooted to the spot, watching their intimate moment. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore and turned to leave, but Chloe grabbed my wrist. Leo, wait. Before she could finish, Blake sealed her lips with his, and her grip on my hand loosened. A wave of nausea washed over me. I yanked my hand free and strode out of the room, unwilling to stay there for another second. Just then, a girl in a revealing maid uniform stumbled right into my arms. Oh, handsome, you're finally here. I flinched, instinctively stepping back. What are you doing? The girl, however, suddenly hooked her arms around my neck and fiercely kissed me. I was about to push her away when Chloe's broken voice erupted from behind me. What are you doing? The girl quickly released me, looking timidly at Chloe. It wasn't my fault. She pointed directly at me. He said he wanted to get back at his wife, and that I was pretty. He begged me to please him. Said he'd give me a lot of money. Chloe trembled with rage. He's my husband. Get out. The girl nodded furiously, adjusting her uniform, and quickly scurried away. Chloe turned to me, her eyes red, her voice trembling violently. And to think I actually chased after you. I never imagined you were such a disgusting man. I misjudged you completely. Blake wrapped an arm around her shoulder, flashing me a triumphant smirk. In an instant, everything clicked. But before I could explain, Chloe grabbed Blake's hand and turned to leave. Although I was utterly disappointed in her, I didn't want to be wrongly accused like this. I quickly followed, intending to explain, but the door slammed shut with a bang, blocking me outside. The next second, an unbearable sound leaked through the door, growing louder and louder. I stood outside the door, listening to that grating noise, my fingers instinctively clenching into fists, the color draining from my face bit by bit. The next day, as I was wiping down Mom's body at the hospital, Chloe sent me a Snapchat message. Blake's second wish has been granted. Consider it a punishment for your infidelity. His third wish is for me to spend a week wholeheartedly with him, as compensation for us not having a honeymoon together. I've agreed. Reflect on yourself these next few days. I'll come find you in a week. I stared at the message for a long time, then couldn't resist